MacVoices Holiday Gift Guide number 7, part 1. This is MacVoices. MacVoices is supported by the Antigravity A1, and it's not just another drone. Learn more at the Antigravity link in the show notes. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is yet another 2025 MacVoices Holiday Gift Guide episode. It's been a strange year. We've had a little trouble getting schedules put together and that kind of thing, but, hey, that's just the way it goes. So this time we have 2 contestants, and we're going to have a good time. If you're not familiar with the gift guides, the quick rundown is we do 4 rounds of 1 gift pick each, commenting on each other's picks and hopefully giving you all something that you can give or get this holiday season. The Master MacVoices Holiday Gift Guide page is on the website. My voice is giving out, sorry. And you can also find it in the Holiday Gift Guide magazine on Flipboard as well. So different presentations of the same information. And of course, today's picks are in today's show notes as well. So with that, we're going to get started and introduce who's here. First up, Brittany Smith. Brittany, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for taking time from all of your other duties to join us.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you back. We missed you. Also, it's good to have him back. We've missed him, Mr. Mike Potter. Mike, good to see you, and you are clearly in the holiday spirit.
I am not only in the holiday spirit, but I've been missing snow. We've had two blizzards in the past week and a half, and it's starting to melt. So I had to introduce some snow to the gift guide, Chuck.
Okay, well, feel free. If it stays there the whole time, great. If it blows over, that's fine too.
There, got rid of it.
I just never know what's going to happen when Mike comes on. All right, well, you two are veterans of the gift guide. You know how it works. And if you didn't remember, you heard my intro. So, Britt, I'm going to give you the first pick of this gift guide.
I mean, it doesn't matter because nobody's going to pick the same ones as me, but it's fine. So my first one is my backpack. I mean, not my backpack specifically, but like for other products at this store. This is my Star Wars backpack. It is slightly subtle, although there is a lightsaber holder right there. And it is durable and it is really cavernous inside. And so like I can throw extra clothes for my child in it and we can go places, and it's got a laptop holder, obviously, because it's me. It doesn't have lots of different pockets, but it's got lots of space in it. But this is from Villains and Heroes. And I got the link for you, Chuck, don't worry. And they have lots of products. So they've got Star Wars, they have Marvel, they have DC, they've got lots of different fandoms. So you can find high quality products that are also something else you love.
Nice. Now, obviously, it's a Star Wars backpack, so that just goes with your identity. But is there anything particular about this backpack that you find really extra useful as far as on a feature set basis?
Well, I'll tell you something. I bought it on a dare. But I like, so the laptop is somewhere different, which could be good or bad. I actually dropped my laptop one time because I forgot to zip it up. It's in a hidden pocket on the side. So it's completely separated from the rest of your stuff, which I like in that it's hidden, but I don't like in that I forgot it to zip it one time and it dropped my laptop. It does have some different pockets, but I think mostly what I like is that you kind of have to pay attention to realize it's Star Wars, but also that it's like, this is like a canvas bag. It's durable. It does fit under the seat in front of me on an airplane, but really just barely.
Yeah, I mean, it looks, it kind of looks massive.
Yeah. So I have at the ADHD conference, I have a backpack buddy that we wear. Well, we first met when we were wearing similar X-Wing bags at the conference. And so he dared me to get this. So I had to get it on a dare. But I don't regret it. And I like that they have lots of cool nerdy things. They are not cheap, but they are quality. But that's sort of what we go for anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about what works for you. So, very nice. Very nice. Okay. I think that might be the first Star Wars pick of the gift guides. I'm not
This
sure.
year.
Yeah, this year. This year. Yeah. But, interesting. Interesting. Okay.
I don't think they had Star Trek, but I could be wrong.
I'll find out. Mike, first round of this year's gift guide. What do you got?
Well, Chuck, I will admit, I'm going to start out a little slower here. It's not anywhere near as exciting as Brittany's Star Wars backpack, which I absolutely love, by the way, Brittany. I almost went with my Tom Bin backpack as a pick for the gift guide because I have had that forever. It is durable as heck, and I absolutely love their bags. But that would be a close second, I think. But as I said, I'm going to start a little bit simpler here. This is my new travel buddy, and it is an Anker 140 watt laptop charger. Now, what makes this one particularly special is not that it comes in both dark gray and silver, but that it has four charging ports on it, including a USB-A, which I still find useful. I know some folks don't like
I
to
still
use
have some stuff
USB-A,
that
but
needs USB-A.
I still like to have that. And the 140 watts is total power output, but this one charger can replace all the little chargers that I used to carry with me all the time. And to be able to do that while on a trip is huge for me because my backpack keeps getting heavier and heavier every single trip that we take. As I said, it's 140 watt total output. It has some pretty nifty features on it. Unfortunately, it's not plugged in, so you can't see it, but there's a little display here, right here, that there's a button here. It's not a physical button, it's a touch-sensitive button. But there's a little display next to it that shows you things like the total power output that it's currently putting out. It shows you port-specific details, like how much wattage is going to each of the individual ports. It has temperature monitoring on it, so if it is in high performance mode or cooling mode, or what they dub inexplicably excellent mode. I don't know what that means, but there are the different temperature monitoring modes, and you can also rotate the display with just the touch of that a long press of that button. Short presses change what it shows, and a long press rotates it. So if you do have it mounted this way versus this way, it will rotate the display so you can read it no matter which way you have it plugged into the wall, which I really like. Because it's a portable charger, it's got a little flip up plug on it, which I like. And Anker says that when plugged in, this will support up to 10.6 ounces. Now, why they don't crank it to 11, I don't know, but you get 10.6. So there you go. To get the most
physically
out of
that you set on it?
Yeah. What do you mean 10.6
Yeah.
ounces?
Yeah. So when it is plugged into the wall, the weight that you can hang off of it is up to 10.6 ounces before it tends to, fall out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. Now, this part I'm going to be I'm going to read this because I had to take a lot of notes on this. I will admit there's 4 ports on it. They're labeled C1, C2, C3, and A1. And the wattage that these ports puts out depends upon which port you're plugged into. So to get the most out of using it, you're going to want to make sure you plug your devices into the appropriate ports. And the instructions are actually pretty clear on that. But the gist is, when you are using a single port, C1 and C2 can supply up to 140 watts. C3 can supply up to 40 watts and A1 up to 33 watts. But when you use them in combination, which is what I always do, the maximum output can actually change. So, for example, if you're using C1 and C2, you'll get 70 watts each, but switch that around to using C1 and C3, and you'll get 100 watts and 40 watts. It goes on from there. Now, the nice thing about it is it does come with a really nice braided USB-C cable, and the price on it is $100, which is what I paid. So imagine my despair to see it go on sale for Black Friday at $64.99, which is actually what it's on sale for right now. As we record
okay. I was gonna
this.
say, and you waited till now to tell us, but if it's still on sale, that's okay.
I know, it's actually on sale right now for $64.99. I may buy another one, but it's super, super handy. I love it. It fits wonderfully in my little gadget bag in my backpack, and that's my first pick.
Very
So,
nice.
Mike, I was going to bring a travel charger pick, but I left it at the hotel at ironically, the ADHD conference, and they haven't mailed it back to me yet. Like I gave them, and they haven't sent it back, and I can't remember the brand, so I couldn't look it up and give Chuck a link, so I didn't. But it was in a similar vein. Charger plus battery plus multiple outputs, and although it had more USB-A, but it also had a magnetic charging on it, like a Qi charger. But it wasn't very fast. So this one might be fast, and if I give up on the hotel, I sort of tempted to get that. So
good use of the word fast. This does provide fast charging too, which I neglected to mention. And there are different models of it as well. So you can kind of look and see which one suits your needs the best. And this does not have a battery in it. I should mention this is strictly a charging block. Strictly a charging block. Good travel replacement for the Apple charger if you need a second one. You know, you leave your Apple charger at home, and now you got one for travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I feel like, I mean, Mike, it sounds like, and this is one of my complaints about the entire charger universe right now, is that they don't clearly put the information on the device itself. So you have to carry around a card reminding you, okay, if I'm in this configuration, if I'm in that configuration, this is what's going through. And I almost feel like it would be better if they just said, okay, this one delivers this much, this delivers this much, because otherwise, you know, I know that 10 minutes from now, I'm not going to remember. And unless I go to the trouble of putting something on the side of it, you know.
Which this one actually does.
Does it
if
really?
You go with this, with the single port configuration, it'll show you C1 is 140 watts, C2 is 140 watts. And then you've got, what is that, 40 watts?
I like that it's got an icon for like
watts.
phone and tablet.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
A little hint. So that's the IQ port, and then you've got the laptop port, you've got your phone, and then you've got, I don't know, your whatever you plug into USB-A.
Okay.
So,
all right. So leave it to Anker to do that.
It doesn't provide a breakdown of how the wattage is changed depending on what you have plugged into it, but it does give you the maximum wattage coming out of that port when you're using it as a single charging device.
Nice. Okay, then I withdraw my comment, or at least in relation to that charger, because
it's a good comment, and if I could add on to it, maybe Anker wouldn't put blue printing on a dark gray background for old people like me.
I'm sorry to hear about your impending age, Mike. All right. Well, my first pick is going to sort of go along with Mike's kind of. I've been a big fan of Rolling Square and they're all the things that they do, because they always do things a little bit different. And they've been on the gift guides before, but this time around, I'm going to recommend, and I too need to read it to make sure I get it all right, the Rolling Square InCharge XS, which is 240 watts, a 4-in-1 keyring cable. It has fast charging and fast data transfer. It has Lightning. Yeah, I know Lightning, but still it's Lightning. A USB-A and 2 USB-Cs. and it is the size of, it's like that. Okay, it's not very big, so you're going to have to keep your devices really close together. But the beauty is that it takes up virtually no room in your backpack, and you have all these capabilities to connect different devices together, both old and new, and charge them or have them, do whatever it is they're going to do to each other, if you will. And you can buy a variety of variations on this with longer cables. This right now is going for about $30 on Amazon as we speak. But I think its big claim to fame is a 240 watt capability, which is something new. But this, if you look at this one, great. If you look at some of their others, great. But take a look at them, because it is a great way not to have to buy and tote around multiple cables. Unless you're a traveling man like Brittany, or a traveling woman, traveling man like Mike and a traveling woman like Brittany, when you have to have all the devices plugged in all at once, then you got to do something about it. But if you can just stand to be working with one device at a time, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. So that kind of
never.
Never. It kind of goes with Mike's charging and also his power discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. This Mac Voices is brought to you by Antigravity and the brand new Antigravity A1. And this is not just another drone. When you watch drone footage, are you really seeing what the drone sees, or are you just watching a camera in the sky? With the Antigravity A1, the idea flips completely. This drone invites you to see the world from the drone's point of view. Instead of staring at a phone screen, you can put on the vision goggles and step into a real-time 360-degree view. You turn your head, the view turns with you. Look down over a cliff, glance sideways across a river, or just float forward and take it all in. You're not controlling the flight, you're experiencing it. And the flying part? Shockingly simple. With free motion control, you just point the controller in the direction you want to go and pull the trigger. No complicated sticks, no memorized moves. It feels natural, like the drone is responding to your instincts. Because the A1 records everything in 8K 360 degree, there's no pressure to frame the perfect shot while you're flying. You just fly, then later rewind and reframe from any angle you want. One flight, unlimited perspectives, and the drone itself disappears from the footage. If you're looking for hands-free, repeatable precision, SkyPath lets you design and save a flight route so the A1 can fly it on its own. And you can even hand the goggles to someone else and let them see the world from the drone's perspective too. If you've ever wanted your drone experience to feel less like operating a gadget and more like stepping into the sky, this is it. Check out the Antigravity A1 using the link in the show notes to see examples and find out everything you need to know to leave the ground. Sort of. See it from the drone's point of view with Antigravity A1. Thanks to the Antigravity A1 for supporting Mac Voices. All right, well, that was a very quick first round. So, Brittany, we're back to you.
Okay, I did double check, but I was pretty sure nobody would pick this. If you are an undying iPhone mini devotee, this is a reluctant pick, by the way, and you install iOS 26, and then you suddenly can't multitask at all, the iPhone Air is an acceptable alternative. So that's my reluctant pick.
Wow.
It is not good enough, but it is almost good enough.
Okay, elaborate on that. What about
so
it?
I
is
really can't
almost
use
good
it one-handed. Like
okay.
But I can mostly use it one-handed as long as my other hand is free. So if you really need to be one-handed, you could be a crazy person like me and still keep your iPhone mini in your other pocket for things you need to do sometimes. But I couldn't use it as my primary phone anymore because it was just too slow and painful. So
you have the Air.
So I have the Air. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. It's solidly okay.
All right, good. I mean, I know
a ringing
I'm somebody who wants an
endorsement.
iPhone Mini Pro, but since nobody wants to make me one.
Well, I know you've had some very strong opinions about phone sizes and all in the past, and I've been kind of wondering where you fell on some of the new options, and I think we just found out.
It's okay. I still want my mini back, but if I had to get one, it's okay.
Okay, well, good. So all you mini people out there, maybe it's time.
All right, don't worry, I'm not going to get rid of my minis anytime soon. They're going to stay with me, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's actually quite a jump in screen size, Brittany. I mean, for Apple to call it the iPhone Air and then slap a 6.5-inch screen on it is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion.
It took me a long time to make a decision because I was like, you're too wide. And it is too wide. And now what I really want is like an iPhone Pro Mini Air. Like that's what I want. And it can't exist for physics for a while. So I'll just be stuck.
Until the fold. And then.
And then I have zero interest in a fold.
I have no interest in a fold.
One-handed, Chuck.
Talk about.
I want to be one-handed.
I'm about to start a controversial discussion here with that statement. Oh. All right. Well, Mike, Brittany, that was a very quick second-round pick. So, Mike, what's your second-round pick?
Well, my second round, I am aiming to get all the technical gift suggestions out of the way up front. So the things where I had to look up all the little nitty gritty of how it works and the details and specs and all that kind of stuff, that's all out the door up front with my second pick here. My second pick is a technical pick, and it is kind of similar to some of the other picks, but I don't believe this very one has been picked. And this is the, obviously I'm not using it, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite, which is a 4K camera. I know we've seen some OBSBOT meets come by, and I don't know, did we see a tail go by? I don't remember, but I don't believe the Tiny 2 Lite went by. As I said, it's a full 4K camera. It's got a 1/2-inch sensor, so it's really good in low light situations. It's got an f1.8 aperture, and as I said, it'll capture 4K video at 30 frames per second and 1080 video at 60 frames per second. And it'll even do HDR if you're so inclined, especially if you're shooting at 4K. Let's see, the HDR is for 4K or 1080 at 30 frames per second. Focus is nice and quick on it, and it does a really good job of identifying what object you want to be in focus as you're, moving your hand in and out, or whatever you're moving in and out in front of the camera. It does a good job of that. It does have built-in mics, which is kind of important in a webcam if you're not using a standalone mic like I am at the moment. But they are omnidirectional mics, and it does have built-in noise reduction and automatic gain control, which is good too. Now, one of the reasons I like using this over, say, the OBSBOT Meet, which is also an excellent camera, by the way. It's nice and tiny and tucks out of the way on top of your computer. But I like the AI tracking and framing that this camera can provide. Not only will it track your head up close, to get that shot, but you can also set it up to track the upper body. You can set it up to track the lower body. You can set it up to do hand tracking if you're pointing out stuff, on a whiteboard on the wall or something like that. You can have it track your hand. Or something that is kind of interesting to me, I'm not quite sure how I would use it, but it might be useful to a lot of folks, is a headless mode. So you might want to do that when you or your subject want to maintain a little privacy in your videos, or maybe if you just want to focus on their actions, maybe a dancer or something like that. But a headless mode, which is kind of interesting. And then one of the other nice tracking features that you can set up is a zone tracking. So you can set up a little zone, and then as somebody walks into the scene, it will automatically start tracking that person and even kick in what they call auto zoom. So as they're talking, it'll kind of auto zoom into them. And then when they leave the frame, it'll go back out to the original scene. So that's pretty cool. And then nicely, of course, you can set different presets. Now, one thing that I wanted to note is that it does have zoom. It does have 4x zoom, but it's digital zoom. So you just want to keep that in mind if you're going to be planning to zoom in on things. But all of that AI-driven stuff can be controlled with gestures. So, for example, if you want to turn on or off tracking, you just hold up your hand and it will recognize that your hand is up and it'll turn on or off the tracking depending on which mode it's in. And you can also zoom in and out with your fingers held up in a little L shape to zoom in and zoom out and then do that. So that's kind of cool too. Now, I should probably say that all cameras like this, there are a ton of software-driven features that I simply don't use. Things like the beauty mode. Lovely that they have that, but it's not something I'm ever going to use. But I will say that the software that OBSBOT supplies is actually incredibly full-featured, and it gives you control to either leave everything automatic or to start adjusting everything down to the little nitty-gritty level, including things like the color temperature and exposure and saturation and sharpness and contrast and microphone and indicator light status and on and on and on. So, for $179 retail, and I will admit I picked this one up as a Black Friday sale for $129. It often goes on sale for a really, really nice price. In fact, as we record this, it's currently on sale for $159, which is a good price for a camera like this. All in all, I think it was a really good choice for me to pick up as a secondary camera, and that's why it's my second pick for this year's gift guide.
It feels like we're living in a time when we have an embarrassment of really nice camera options for streaming or for local production or whatever. The OBSBOT came sort of out of left field as far as I was concerned, with just an amazing product lineup. Insta360 does some great stuff. Even some of the legacy, if you will, webcam makers have really upgraded their game. But yeah, if memory serves, this is the second OBSBOT camera in the gift guide. So nice pick. I'm afraid I was not even aware of this particular one. So
yeah, this is I did say it right, is the Tiny 2 Lite. Right. There is a Tiny 2, which is about $100 more, and quite frankly, for that extra $100, I think this is a much better choice for most people. There are going to be some features of the regular Tiny 2 that people are going to take advantage of, but I think for most people, this is probably right in that sweet spot.
Yeah. And am I correct that it was an OBSBOT that you were using for this year's MacStock to record the videos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the Tail 2. The OBSBOT Tail 2 is just a phenomenal camera. I absolutely love that. I was a little nervous about buying it because it's not the cheapest camera on the block. But once I got it and we started putting it into use at MacStock, I was so thankful I got it. The speaker tracking alone is something that we never had in 9 years of MacStock up until last year. And it just made a world of difference. World of difference. Love that camera.
Nice. Great pick. Great pick. I'm not in need of a camera, but I still want it. Okay, well, my second round pick is, pardon me, is this. Okay, this little piece of magic. I'm a big fan of, first of all, I'm a big fan of monitors, can you tell? And of having working space. And it has always been kind of a tragedy to me that I have old iMacs that I cannot use those big, gorgeous screens on. This is a Lunar Display. This is the USB-C model. What you basically do is you plug this in and you run some software on the Mac that you want to have the other Mac you use as a second monitor, and you can do it. And it is surprisingly effective. Now, I want to be real clear here. If you're going to try to watch 4K movies on a really old iMac through this, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're looking for what I think a lot of us are looking for is just some extra screen real estate to put windows in or put web pages in or anything like that, this is phenomenal. It gives you exactly that, and it lets you take and repurpose that old iMac screen or any other really USB-C or USB-A equipped Mac, because it comes with USB-A model, and that it can include laptops. So you can take some of those old devices and repurpose them with this into second, third, fourth monitors. And so it's relatively inexpensive. It's certainly less expensive than buying a new monitor. And it also means that you aren't sending that iMac or whatever to the landfill quite as quickly. This is the Lunar Display from Astropad. And again, that's it. And it's like when you first when you first order it and you open the box, it's like, that's it. But hey, it does exactly what it advertises to do. So I would encourage you, if you have old Macs sitting around, maybe give them a little new life and give yourself a little more working space.
I love that, because there are conversion kits. You can crack open your old iMac and you can take advantage of that beautiful panel that's inside there by installing one of the conversion kits and basically turning it into a true external display. But most folks are not going to want to do that. Most folks are going to want to say, give me that and let me plug it in and be happy. And I think that's a wonderful way to do it.
Yeah, I've looked at those videos, and it's like, no, I don't think so. Because
right.
the odds of me getting it actually to work are not great. The odds of me getting it back together are probably even worse. So, and again, if you really want to have like multiple screens with videos running, then this is not going to be for you. But I don't know about you, but my secondary and tertiary screens never have anything running on them that I have to look at. It's just looking at a static image. So, yeah. It works out well.
Awesome.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.